Okay, well, the time has come to show you the garage reveal. I've actually got all the cars parked out here so that we can walk through the garage and I can show you a couple things, and then at the end, I'll show you what it looks like with them in it. But let's just open this door and show you guys what it looks like. So I'm sure at like first look, you're probably like, well, this looks a lot like what it did before when you showed us. And yes, it kind of does. But there's some interesting things that I've done. I don't know, maybe you've spotted them so far in the video. Maybe you watched the Wayne's World video, in which actually that was an Easter egg in the video. You could kind of see it in the car's reflection. Maybe you saw it, maybe you didn't. Well, that's where I see things a little differently. Contract or no, I will not bow down to any sponsor. But let's go ahead and show you what it looks like. I'll come over here and hit this for you. For the old garage, or east wing as we like to call it, and for the west wing. Yes, so we basically have the most badass lights ever. Unfortunately, with the garage doors open, you can't really appreciate all of them. So let me close those real quick. As you can see, I have added probably one of my most favorite features of the garage thus far, and that is gonna be the lights. Now, I still have a little bit of echo in here, so I am mic'd up separately. I need to figure out some stuff. I'll probably put like some sound foam kind of up there. But check out these lights. They came out so nice. I had a couple ideas for lights. I almost thought about doing kind of like the Batman lights, and that would have looked really cool. Down here, it would have been pretty easy because this is pretty low. But here, I was afraid if I did the Batman lights on here, it would feel very closed off-ish. And it would look more like a room than kind of like a garage. And it would have probably saved me a ton of money though, because I wouldn't have had to get any of that drywall. I could have just drywalled the ceiling and kind of been done with it. But I'm really happy with the way I did do it with these lights. These were originally the second idea, which turned into the first idea, which made me even happier. I went with these because of how it has turned out. And it kind of happened almost by accident, really. I was looking at some of these lights from a person here in the US that sells them long ago. And unfortunately, he doesn't do custom systems. So really, the systems he has is what you get. As you can see, we do have this beam in this garage going down the entire center, and the way his systems are, they're giant rectangles that go over each car. So 2 rectangles here potentially and 1 here, but then we have like this weird kind of angle over here. So I started looking at some other things, and then I eventually found these from a seller on Alibaba and reached out to them. It was actually the manufacturer of them. I sent them my dimensions and they came back with some systems. Now the first system they came back with kind of went more like edge to edge, but as you can see here, there is like a gap. Also, there's a gap on this side over the cabinets because we don't really need lights over cabinets, so it'd be kind of a waste. But after a couple redesigns, which they were super awesome to do, we came up with this system. And then I went ahead and just bought it and installed it. Now, the install was interesting. I actually ended up installing it basically by putting it together on the floor. And then I made sure it worked, then kind of took it section by section and hung it up. Now over here, I kind of laid out the design on the floor because we did add an extra row. So I wanted to see kind of how it would look, but it came out looking so well. And actually over here, we left this spot open so that we can still put the hanging bikes back up there. So that's really helpful. This reflection of these lights on the cars just looks so great. Now, the only downside is you get a lot better reflection on the cars if you have gloss cars. Well, I have matte cars, so that doesn't really help much. But the cool thing is you still see it in like the windows. But I think the biggest thing for me is the color temperature. I can film in here 24 hours a day and it still looks like daylight, which is kind of what I wanted to go for. As you can see too, there are no shadows anywhere around me. So that just goes to show you how much light there actually is. I don't know the lumens off the top of my head. I'd have to calculate that out. But I do know like These two systems are like 1100 watts or something, and then this one is like 1000 or something like that. But I'm super happy with how this came out. I'll go ahead and link the manufacturer down below if you want to. You can check them out and maybe do a custom system for your garage. But it worked out so well. That is probably like one of the highlights to me. Now, I love everything about this garage, and I'll kind of run through what I've done, but I think for me, those lights are the highlight because they're different. Other people can have this floor coating, which you can see, it's snowed here, so it's a little dirty already. Nice thing, it cleans up easily. I mean, other people can paint their walls, and I mean, the power walls, I don't know how many people have 3 signed ones, but YOLO. But these are something you don't really see in people's garages. They're more in like showrooms or detail studios. And I kind of wanted to create a situation in here where I could film, I could do a lot more car work and like videos like that. We can take apart Teslas in here literally 24 hours a day. I still have a day job, so it's hard for me to really kind of be here between like 8 and 5. So the fact that I can now come home and do this without having like a few of the LED fixtures I had before and then a bunch of like fill lights, I just have this. And it looks amazing. So let's just run through real quick what we have done to this garage to make it my ultimate dream garage. So we kind of talked about it in the last video a little bit, but we'll cover it again. This whole slab on the east wing had to be re-poured because it was sloped wrong from the people that did it, I don't know, 20 some years ago. But like the slabs peaked in the middle, so any water from back here would run toward the wall, and then any water there would run towards the doors. But we had to have it re-poured, so now everything slopes properly. We love that. Drainage, not a problem. Then what we did is we went ahead and had all the floor coating from Garage Living. That came out really well. We have this awesome border around, like baseboards all around, and it looks so good. I can literally hose the entire garage out, and it's got a nice grit to it. Added 2 more cabinets so that we had a bunch of storage. I did have 2 cabinets before and then 2 of the 4-foot like baker's racks you can get at Sam's Club and Costco, but they were open and everything in there was getting dusty. Now everything is tucked away in a cabinet, won't get dusty, and it just looks so much cleaner. Then we have another favorite item here, the 65-foot cord reel. Now I can reach that pretty much to the other side of the garage, and this is a huge garage. Like, I'm here in the corner now, and that's how far I can zoom in. That's it. So that really helps out. I never have to worry about winding cords or anything like that. Now, this all was drywalled walls before, but up here was not drywalled. So up in this peak, I went ahead and had a company come in and do the drywall so that we wouldn't have to stare at insulation, but now we kind of get some weird echoes, so I need to figure some sound dampening stuff with that. They went ahead and painted all that white, and all these rafters were originally wood. They painted all that. They drywalled up there. I got this sweet sign, love it. Then they painted all this too. So all these used to just be exposed wood. I wanted that white too, just to kind of reflect as much light as possible so that I can film in here at all hours of the day. Now, I went ahead and drywalled in there, drywalled over there, and got all that painted along here. All that used to be exposed wood above the doors and to the side of the doors and all in here. I didn't drywall this because I like to use it for storage for like my level and my straight edge and stuff like that. I had that before. We went ahead and added another little mini-me in here. We went ahead and brought this up because it's for the Wayne's World skit, but we actually kind of like it in the garage. We don't need 2 in the studio anymore, or at least not at the moment. So for now, this will stay at the garage. I do have like my saw over there. That might go out in the shed out back that I got, a typical shed. And that way I can keep some of like the dirty things in here. So like right now we've just got the mower. I need to get all the yard tools, put them in here. They're just on the other side of the house. And then I've got this metal rack just so I can put like any grass seed, anything like that. And there's like plenty of room in here. I can even do like another little shelf in here kind of thing if I want. But that's really helping keep all the dirt and grime out of the garage. I still have the quick jacks and the jack, so if we decide to change tires or whatever, we have options. I got my detail cart here. Over here, I went ahead and kind of cleaned up our wires a little bit. We have a picture coming that'll kind of cover all that. But originally the painter like painted the top part of the wall, so I had to find the right color white for that. And that was just a nightmare. Finding the right color white. We had several white cans of paint here, and I was kind of just like pulling my hair because I couldn't figure out which one was the correct one. Well, I finally did. So now there's a hard line kind of at the ceiling. There's gonna be some more changes coming along the way, but this is at least the current state we wanted to fill you guys in. Maybe there'll be a car lift. It's a possibility. I mean, with the Roadsters coming and the Cybertruck and the refresh Model S and X, we're gonna need some more car spots here. So I don't know, maybe a single post lift over there. We could do a couple cars. I don't know, maybe even one here. I think we could do that, kind of like along here. There's so many fun options, so many fun things, but I just wanted to fill you guys in because you guys are gonna start seeing this garage in a lot of videos. And now you kind of know how we did it. Dream Garage Makeover has been a success. I'm super, super happy with it. I think all in, up to date, it's a little bit north of like 21,000 for everything, which thinking about it is a lot. But a dream garage is something I've always wanted, and I have now finally been able to do that. So I can't thank you guys all enough for watching, supporting the channel. Okay, so here's what it looks like. You can see the lights reflection. What do they think about the new garage?
It's very nice, and no, we did not plan our outfits.
Oh my God. Out of 10, what would you rate it?
10.
20.
20, okay.
Wow,
Scott wins, Scott wins.
good.
Okay, but here's what it looks like basically with all the cars in it. You can see there's still like plenty of room to walk. The nice thing is we have super deep bays. We can at least charge 3 cars at once thanks to our load balanced wall connector. So that's kind of nice. You can see still plenty of room up here, but we're gonna just try to keep all this open since we have the cabinets and everything, so that there's plenty of room to like walk around, do work. But yeah, that's basically it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again though, huge thanks to all of you for watching, liking the video, subscribing, and showing a ton of love to our sponsors, because really without your help, none of this would be possible. So I can't thank you guys enough. And a huge shout out to our sponsor, Abstract Ocean. If you're looking to accessorize your Model SX3 or Y, definitely check them out. All linked down below. All kinds of really fun, useful accessories to really help make your car your own and really get the most out of it. Our 2 must-haves are definitely going to be a center console wrap. It really helps protect it, as well as make your car your own with any kind of cool colors or patterns, as well as a matte screen protector. It really does help cut any glare from the sun, as well as thanks to its oleophobic surface, you don't see fingerprints or anything, and it just makes it that much easier to clean. So definitely huge thanks to them though. As always, definitely hit that subscribe button and thumbs up if you haven't yet, and we'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one. Bye.